good afternoon, evening, good morning, wherever you might be. My name is Momma Dee, and this is the Black Link Experience. I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine, and we are so excited to have Miss Deborah Bryant here, better known as Momma Dee from Love and Hip Hop. Welcome to Black Link Magazine.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's just get into the conversation. Go ahead and tell the world who you are. In case they don't know who you are, let them know who you are and what you do.
I was born Deborah Bryan, aka Momma Dee from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm the mother of Little Scrappy, the rapper. And we're all on this big platform that we call reality show.
Yes. Well, we show do enjoy watching you and watching the whole cast of Love and Hip Hop. Let's go back a little bit and let's talk about the decision to do reality show with your son and the cast.
Love and Hip Hop New York had just completed or was into their first season. Mm-hmm. And Scrappy was dating this girl named Diamond of Crime Art, who he used to, co-produce their album. Yeah. And so they had been together maybe 2 or 3 years. And she cheated on Scrappy with Soulja Boy. Mm-hmm. And the radio stations was just going crazy because she came to the Car and Bike show and she was like, being very open and honest about it. But my son was hurting and she didn't care. You know what I'm saying? And I called the 107.9 Dirty Boys radio station. Right. And I let her have it. Mm-hmm. Because my son gave her, he paid for her breast, he paid for her butt. And then you're gonna turn, and then the day before they were at Fifth Plaza, he gave her $25,000. Mm-hmm. That's what you do? That's what you do? Okay. I'm gonna let you know that he got a mama. Okay. A bipolar one too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Momma Dee, I have a sister just like you, and I have a son too, and I'm a mama bear about my son. So I was never mad at you about being protective over your son because I'm like that. Like I'm all in his business, and sometimes maybe I shouldn't be, but I am. So I wasn't mad about that. So then at that point, you call the radio station, you blew her hair.
That, and I said, quote unquote, I said, by me being a pimp in the 90s and a drug dealer. Mm-hmm. Which happened because I was a nurse by trade, but in 96, I was in a head-on collision. Mm-hmm. A 17-year-old boy hit me head on, so I couldn't walk for 3 years. Oh so by the time I got to the crutches level, because there was levels to it, wheelchair, walker, crutches, then the cane. Yeah. So it was a process. Right. So by the time I got the crutches, I had 2 women at the time and was selling drugs. Right. But I ended up with 15. So, but the rumor is I had 29 girls, but I retired because I couldn't get 30. But however, so I couldn't work as a nurse and earn a living. I ended up going on Section A, welfare and food stamps. But I did what I had to do for my kids. But then one time I borrowed $187 from my mom, and she was a school teacher. And me living under $400 some a month, I remember those days. She wanted her 187 back when I got my next welfare check. Well, I still had bills that were still coming. So you took care of one bill, but I still got bills that next month that's coming. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get me buy me some dope, and I'm start selling. Because I'm not going to tell my kids they can't have Christmas up on the tree. I'm not going to tell my kids I can't buy them no school clothes and buy their books and tablets or what have you back in the day, So I wasn't going to tell them no. And, my mother once told me after she found out what I did, but when she found out, I was through, out of the game. Right. She said, I've never been out there selling drugs. I said, but that's you. Yeah. I'm a different mother. I'm going to go through the storm for mine, okay? And not that she didn't go through the storms for us and my siblings, but it's certain levels of this, it's certain levels. Right. And some moms will extend themselves just like I did. But anywho, so what I told on the radio, let's get back to that. I said, had I known that she was giving away, excuse my expression, pussy, that easy, she could have been on the block working for me. Okay, and got a coin for it. That's what I said.
Okay.
That's what I said. And it just went viral. And
Right.
all of a sudden, a month later, we get a phone call from Mona and Stephanie Gale.
Yeah.
And
And
okay, so what they wanted at first, they wanted me to pattern myself um, after Mama Jones. But what happened, I'm no Mama Jones, as you
right.
could clearly see.
Right.
And nothing against Nancy,
Right.
but but I have my own personality.
Right.
And it's crazy, but I'm real though. I take, very note to whatever happens in my life. If you just listen to me talk, I'm gonna tell you who you're dealing with and what I'm dealing with
Right.
in my life. I don't make up storylines. They don't tell me what to do. They might tell me a topic to talk about, but
Mhm.
it's me, my crazy behind that's when someone does something to me, instead of like fighting like the young girls were doing on the show,
Yeah.
I'm smart. I got a mouth. See, Webster, and Webster has a definition for every word in there. You ain't got to call people out their name. You ain't got to say nothing.
Right.
Just say it. You know Webster, like I study Webster, like preachers study the Bible. So that's how I'm able to get people. It's like I did, Bambi's mama did their eulogy. Yeah, because she attacked me. She attacked me. My arm was broke and I had a cast
I
and my
remember.
arm was in a sling.
I
Yes.
remember.
She
Yeah.
attacked me. So to me, she's dead to me. Because anytime I let you live at my house for 3 months, only charge you 300, okay, a month to stay with me, and you walking around talking about me like a dog and doing this, you are jealous of me. And I was renting a house at the time. I just purchased a brand new home built from the ground up like 8 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But prior to that, I was renting.
Yes.
And I didn't even I paid the truck off since then, but I hadn't even paid my vehicle off. So I mean, hell, I didn't have a whole lot, but see, what I was doing was stacking my paper.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I knew I was working on my credit.
Right.
I knew when it was going to be time to make my move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And so she tried to fight me. So when I took out a warrant on them, they could never find it because on the warrant paper she put a fake address. So I could never get her served. So I said, okay, so you gonna come back on Love and Hip Hop? Think you gonna come for me? I got something. So I worked for my uncle funeral home on weekends.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the funeral home and I pulled her picture off her IG and I made her the most beautiful, beautiful homegoing service you ever want to make. Yes. Mm-hmm. Didn't you enjoy it? It's a beautiful service.
Ooh, Momma Dee. Yeah, man.
She should
That's
have
what
talked to Rashida. She should have talked to Rashida before she came for me. Because Rashida would have told her about the bird nest.
the bird
And
nest.
Ernest and his mama would have told her, don't do it. Because remember, I gave Ernest's mama pacifier and I said, you can continue to feed him. Then I pulled a onesie out and I said, you can still feed it, I'm sure. So don't come for me. Then on the side of his mama Billy, while he playing Molly Maid at his mammy house, we were separated for 5 months. That's what I tell my dog, Tyler. Now, don't you eat nothing I don't buy. And don't you let no roaches get in milk fur. My mother-in-law was mad about that, but guess what? I didn't lie. Okay, one thing about it, girl. Because when we got back together, I bought this new home. Girl, I told her, you better shake them clothes, honey. You better shake them clothes like K. Michelle, them shook the table. Baby, when I tell you, no ma'am, no ma'am. No, never roaches as roommates, girl.
We don't do the roach thing.
No, we can't, because they hard to get out. Like Ernest and his brothers, they stay on their mama. They hard to get out of his mama house, honey. Ooh.
I was going to ask you,
Mhm.
on the show, do they tell you what to say? Is this really, really real beef that y'all are having? And
unfortunately, I've been in a number of plays and I've been in a number of movies, and I have a movie coming out near Thanksgiving. It's called Christmas on My Block. Unfortunately, all the stuff is real. I wish that some of the girls that were fighting back in the past before Black Lives Matter movement came, that I wish it was scripted, because in the script we can act like we're fighting or act like we're mad at each other, but then after we through taping, we go and have drinks together.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it got to the point that when we pick up our checks, we have to have armed security, and they didn't want in the cast to come at the same time. If you were coming to pick up your check, they had to call and let them know when you were like a mile away, so they can kind of differentiate. Yes, girl.
So has it calmed down at all a little bit with the cast? Like,
yes, it's calmed down a lot. Since the Black Lives Matter movement, and you can see how the show is going now. They restructured it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was kind of hurt when I seen the ratings go down until I came on and started the mess.
And let's talk about the mess then. Let's talk about you coming to, is it Dubai?
Dubai.
And you and Yandy having a conversation.
Because so mind you, me and Judy had a prior conversation prior to going to Dubai.
Right.
And she said, quote unquote, you heard her mouth, that she felt like that the marriage was fake and legit. The first time I said, well, I was there in New York, because as a matter of fact, Love and Hip Hop flew me from Miami, because I was vacationing. They flew me from Miami to New York. I'll never forget that. And but we later found out why they didn't solidify it all the way, because they would have came after Yandy for her money and all stuff like that. And she had them kids to take care of,
That's right.
So that's very understandably, I mention it to Yandy and Mendeezy, because at the end of the day, when I said something at the family reunion about Scrappy and Bam's business, what did Sierra go do? Sierra went and told her, I never checked. Past me, I shouldn't have opened my mouth in front of Jock and Sierra. See, I'm 57 years old. I'll be 58 on the 21st of this month. And Breland, my grandson by Bam, he was born on my birthday. So both our birthdays on the 21st of this month.
So sweet. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll be 58. For me, in my mindset, this is how I feel. I'm not going to take nothing back. I'm true to form. I'm too old to, to be scared or if I say something, if that's how I feel, then that's how I feel.
Right.
What I like, I like. What I don't like, I don't like. It's plain and simple. So as the driven snow. So, I've lived long enough to know I'm not going to be here another 58 years. So guess what? Let the world have it now.
You look good too. You look amazing. You look amazing. Yeah. So let's kind of switch the gears with Erica, Bam, and Scrappy, and you and the family dynamics. I was so excited to see that Bam and Erica was able to sit down, have a conversation, and Scrap was able to talk, and that they were saying, why would Momma Dee bring Erica in the first place? Let's talk about that.
I did it because Erica has done her mess to Scrappy, and Scrappy done his mess with Erica. But you get to an age where you got to stop, because both of y'all share a common thing, and that's my granddaughter, Princess Imani. And when y'all go at it, y'all hurting her, and you put her in the middle, because now she feel like when she with mama, she gonna side with mama. When she with daddy, she go, don't put kids in the middle. And I don't think they did it purposely, but it happens. It happens all the time. Right. And I think parents, when you are co-parenting and not together, you have to be very mindful of that.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a month, Imani was so happy, Scrappy was so happy, but unfortunately, my daughter-in-law, the Bam, is very insecure. A month later, it went back into the same situation because Bam never meant what she said. She's the type of person, she don't want to look wrong or look bad. So she'll say what she feels the world want her to say and feed them a pack of lies, okay? That's something I found that her and her mother are just alike. Like they're very insecure. And when I called her out on it, but they edit that part, she said, I'm not insecure, but when you tap your husband's phone, that's a sign of insecurity. And I'm not gonna bite my tongue. some things that are going to come up that you're going to see. I can't talk about it because they haven't showed it yet.
Are Bam and Scrappy still together, or can you say that right now?
Yes, they are. Let me say this, and let me talk about my life.
Yes.
I have 2 kids by 2 different men, Scrappy's father and my daughter Jasmine's father.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I dated and when I married Ernest, okay, back in the day, because me and Ernest, that was a redo, because we had married a long time ago and we divorced when he went out to prison, and then we remarried when he got out. Okay.
Right.
So let me say this. When I was dating, before I even met Ernest, even after I met Ernest, see, them men can't tell me that I can't talk to my kid's father, because that's their dad. And long as they live, I'm gonna have to have communication. And I still have communication with Scrappy's stepmom and his dad. And I still talk to Jasmine's father. And they come over to the house. I remember I was in the hospital, remember before COVID came, and I went to surgery. You saw them push me in the surgery. Scrappy's stepmama came to the hospital to see me. So that's how we are. And I can't imagine allowing a person to interfere in the nurturing and the co-parenting of you and Erica. And I think he was wrong for allowing that and talking to Erica in a kind of way just to please your wife. That's not cool. If she got insecurities, tell her to take it to God in prayer. Yeah. But stay out of that. See, I would have checked it, stay out of that. But he didn't do it. He allowed it to take place. And I don't lie, and I ain't gonna lie for nobody. Right. And no, they don't tell Momma Dee what to do. Momma Dee, when you see that, I do what I want to do within the guidelines and the rules of what we have. And so they don't have to tell me don't hit. They don't have to tell me don't curse. Now I don't have to, because there's too many words in the dictionary for me to have to buffoon myself. You know what I'm saying? I have a brand. That's right. So I have to protect that. And I don't want people to be scared of me, or like they have been some of past, cast members that are now gone. They was, people got to the point they scared to have them to come because they don't know how they gonna act. That's right. So you want corporate to always feel safe enough to have you around and to do things with you, and that you are controllable, not in the sense that you are a child, but in the sense that they don't have to critique you like that, Yeah.
And I liked also the fact that you said you have to protect your brand, because you're right. If you want to stay relevant in this industry, you got to walk a certain way, because people ain't booking people that's causing problems all the time. We want to see our people thrive and to continue to have work in the business.
Well, I think that in the restructuring due to COVID-19 and Black Lives Matter movement, that restructure is just that a lot of people were disappointed, not because they didn't see no fights. It's disappointed because people have told me that some of these people's storylines, I'm like,
why?
So but the day that I came on the other week, I was trending. Yeah, but I know how to bring the mask, because I love the mask. My craziness and ways and silliness, it's entertaining.
It is.
And that's how I am every day. I'm like that off camera.
Yeah.
That's when people over my house, they say, "Oh, girl, I'm about to go. Don't say nothing else." You go, "Man, my stomach cracking up."
True.
But see, I found it. Life is so hard.
Yes, it is.
And life heavy chains are so heavy.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like it's enough, because God and the Bible said, the Lord said, "I will wait." It's not going to be easy. And when you wake up, you wake up every day with heartfelt thanks to God, and you wake up with the expectation that whatever the day is holding, it's going to be great for you. You're going to thrive. You're going to succeed in your goals, because there was a person that lived, Benjamin E. Mays once said, a person that set a goal, I don't care if it's here or up here, it's not a failure, because they wake up and they set a goal. But a person that wakes up and don't have any goals at all, now that's a failure because they are just existing.
It's facts. It's
Mhm.
facts.
Just
It's
exist.
facts.
So every day I wake up with possibilities in my head and Thanksgiving on my heart
Love it.
because I am so grateful to
Yeah.
God for all his blessings that he has stored upon me and my kids, my grandkids, my family. They are well.
Thank God.
I just, I have Thanksgiving
Yeah.
in my heart.
Yeah.
I try to help people as much as I can, but sometimes I have to pull back because some people, they think you're a bank account that they can just go and pull. So I have to stop now. I don't help this person, help that, but I'm not giving no more money out.
Yeah.
Because if I give you all my money, I ain't gonna have none. And then when I ain't got none, I can't go to nobody.
That's
So
right.
we're not doing that. Momma Dee, bank of Momma Dee. And we had a conversation in my new backyard that I invested a lot of money in my backyard because when I bought the home, it was nothing back there. I spent almost 30,000 on that backyard. I built a overhead when you walk out my back door. I didn't have that, and then I got a deck with a pergola and the landscaping, and oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But that's something because I don't know how long Love and Hip Hop will last. I can't bake on that forever, and for God forbid I get sick and I can't come on TV. I have some offers with some big people to do my life story. So in the event that something happens or I can't, then I can walk through that house. I can walk out in that backyard and I don't have to worry about how I'm gonna pay the bills, the mortgage and stuff like that. I just, when you get a certain age to be a homeowner at this late age, it's a risk. It's risky. And I knew that, but there's not a lot of people on our show that own their home. They renting. Yeah, I know Rashida owns their home. A couple of people, but it's not a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of them leasing and renting. I wanted to leave my kids and grandkids a legacy.
Yeah.
I don't want to because but I'm fixing it though that they can't sell it.
That's right.
So with a power turner, with the will, and then that trust.
Yeah.
Trust you can't go against that trust.
Right.
So you can go against a will, but you can't go against the trust. So I put things into perspective where y'all can Airbnb it. When the grandkids they get grown, they can live in that, but you can't sell it because you're not going to take because your wife wants a $10,000 Birkin bag. And because y'all ain't got the money right now and y'all hurting and you want to sell the house, that's the next best thing to do. Oh no, I ain't with that, boo. I don't buy, I don't even spend over $250 for a pair of shoes, nor would I spend $250 for a purse. You know why? Because before I made Louis Vuitton, Michael Kors, with the different shoes, expensive shoes that Scrappy has bought me in the past, before I pay their bill, guess what? Momma Dee gonna be able to pay her bills first. Okay. So anywhere in the world you get low on money and you all that money in your closet, honey, please, you better go to Chanel RCR consignment here in Buckhead. And she got one on Melrose Place too.
And ain't nothing wrong with it.
But see, that's what she make her life business. My girlfriend that owns this reconsignment shops off of stupid decisions. How these young people go and just pimp off all this money for a pocketbook, for a pair of shoes. That ain't me. Because I like I say, I may spend $80 on a purse. I may spend $130 on a pair of shoes. I'm not, baby, I can't do that. I can't do that. And my accountant said, quote unquote, I live very frugal according to the money that I make. I live very frugal. You know why? Because I've been homeless twice.
Yeah, you live and learn.
You live and learn. You can't do that. And then when bad times come, because let me tell you something I learned. As long as you live, something coming around that corner, baby. You ain't gonna know how it's coming. You ain't gonna know when, but as long as you live, you're gonna be pushed in a corner. And as if you're ready, and you have saved your money when it hits, when the storm comes, baby.
Facts. All
When the
facts.
storm come, when the winds and the waves and they keep on turning,
All facts.
you better be anchored. That's all I know. You better be anchored.
Cause it's coming.
Because I remember when I was young, I was like, Lord, every time I get out of one situation, by the time I stand up straight, I'm in another situation. I said, Lord, I have to lose everything and climb back up that ladder. But you know what? I said, Lord, don't remove my mountain blocks, but lead me on. You hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. Listen, they've always told me that you're either going through a storm, just come out of a storm, or in the storm. So
in the midst of it.
If you live, you're gonna, but it's about how you're prepared for that storm. But I want to talk about Ernest and the relationship. And I know that, like you said before, he went back to his mama's and, all of this going on. And now you've bought a new house and, you're enjoying life, you working.
Now he's paying what he's supposed to pay. He's helped out in some of the landscaping. He's paying half of the mortgage because he don't make as much money as me. So I can't expect him.
Okay.
He can't afford the whole mortgage. He can't. Even if I wanted him to, he can't. Even if he wanted to, he can't. And it's not a lot, and I don't mind sharing. It's just $1,800. But I don't live like some of my cast members. I mean, renting, spending $5,000 for rent. I can't. You don't have to. You can have ownership because you having somebody else pay their mortgage. Okay. And I ain't doing that. I did enough of it. And when I say enough was enough, I got my credit in check. Got me some trade lines, girl. Kept quiet about my movements.
That's right.
You can't let the devil know your movements because they'll try to come for you, kind of hinder you, baby. And they'll try to pray evil on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch. You got to tiptoe through the night on them enemies, girl. Yes, God. So I didn't even tell nobody, but Dawn that used to be friends with Jocelyn on the show.
Yes.
She's my realtor.
Okay, cool.
So he's doing better as a man, but I had to train Ernest because his mama didn't train none of her boys to be men. Like Ernest is 58, finna be 59 in November. He got a 400-pound brother that stay with the mama, and he don't do nothing but self-unemployment. Then you got the 54-year-old brother that smoke crack every day. So what I pulled him out of, that his mama's the worst enabler I ever seen in my life. And she would never tell her sons, okay, you came home. Okay, how long you gonna be here? Because you need to get, they not dating them other two that's right there. They ain't got no girlfriend. One smoke crack. His girlfriend is the straight shooter. And 400-pound, of course, his first love, food. So, and none of them don't do nothing for her. She got gout girl over there right now and can barely walk. And Ernest had to leave. We stayed 30, 40 minutes from her. He got to leave every day to go feed his mama. But them two in the house, they won't do nothing. So you enable them to the point they won't do nothing for you. They won't do nothing for themselves. And it's a spirit. It's a spirit. That's a spirit. And I have to pray when he go over there, and when he walked through that, I had to sage my house because that spirit will jump on him. He'll walk back in the house and bring it. But I knocked the hell out of his ass. Though I don't play that. I told him when we got back, I said, don't bring no spirits back, and don't bring no roaches in my house, and don't bring no spirits. I said, you got to come and act like that. We're not gonna live life like they live, like your mom will live over there, because that's dysfunctional. Right. That's all that. Girl. On something with me, if you the only son, they got a half a piece of chance to have more than what she got and them two brothers you got over there. Wow. And that's with no chaser. You know what I'm saying? That's straight no chaser. I believe, being honest, I'm working on my book. It's called the Makings of a Queen. Oh, that's gonna be good. It has an alter ego. It has me sitting on the throne, and with my dog Tyler, who you saw on TV walking in the kitchen, and then they got me. I got a pimp stripe suit on with a false Selena on, and I'm leaning up against me. That's nice. Oh, that's gonna be nice. On the queen side of me, behind me is the state capitol of Atlanta, the Gold Dome, and on the pimp side, the streets of Atlanta. Oh wow! I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yeah.
to get that done. When do you think it'll be done and ready to go, or do you know yet?
My ghostwriter said about 40 more pages, so I got enough to
Okay.
probably fill it up, hopefully. At least I can give her, I'm trying to see if I can squeeze in 30, because
Yeah.
that's a lot of content. I ain't trying to have no book this thick. Look, I ain't trying to have no book this thick. It's okay to be like that.
Well, Momma Dee, I'm glad to hear that Ernest is getting it together. You know,
He is, and I'm very proud of him too, because he just, to be quite honest, he just I just started having relations with him in the last this weekend, because I wasn't giving him none until he had right, girl.
He excited.
I don't believe in rewarding bad behavior, girl.
Well, I know oh gosh, you done gave me some now. I ain't no telling what he gonna
girl.
do now.
Then I tell you, I'm holding all power in my hand.
You got around that finger.
Girl.
But it doesn't matter how much he make. It's what he does with what he makes. And if he's helping you at home.
Right, and that's all I was asking in the years past from all those episodes. Yeah. Just don't, because at the rental house, girl, he was paying the utility. That was like under $500 a month. Then on the rent, which was like $100 under what I'm paying now for my mortgage. Right. He would give me $300. And he would get mad because I was bossing him around, but I kept trying to tell you, keep putting pants on me. You put the pants on me, I'm gonna wear them, boo. Because I'm an alpha female. And one thing, and if anybody hear my voice, men, let me say this: when you put pants on a woman and she's an alpha, she gonna wear them. So if she punks you out and belittles you, don't get mad. Check yourself. Do some self intake of how you sit back and allow her to take care of you and her.
That's right.
And see, you should never let a woman fully take care of you. Because, baby, if I gotta pay, I'm gonna have all the say. Right. Okay? I'm an alpha female and I'm proud of it.
Yes, you.
Wolf pack.
Oh, Momma Dee. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. You are amazing. Like, we've been following you since you came on the scene. We mess with you, Momma Dee. We mess with you.
Thank you. And just stay tuned for the episodes to come, because let me just word like this, if I may. When I get through with the rest of this season, and remember and quote me on this, you're gonna need some thigh-high boots and a whole roll of toilet tissue, because shit finna get deep with me.
I will be tuned in. I cannot.
And trust me, I mean every word that I say. Some warnings came that ain't been taken yet. Won't listen. When they get grown, you gotta let them lay in it, honey. Not that your mama ain't tried to tell you.
Oh, Lord. Momma Dee.
I'm on the upswings and not on the downstrokes. Yes, God. They're gonna learn. They're gonna learn.
They're gonna learn today.
I said on the end of in their order, I said they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn.
I can't wait.
Me and Scrappy did a song together. It's entitled
Ask you about that.
Right Now. It's entitled Right Now. You can go on my Instagram and you see that picture of Scrappy and you see a snippet of the song. I wrote the song because when I went in the hospital, I had 4 surgeries. I had kidney stones that bust my bladder. So I had tubes coming out my back, and they're like a Foley catheter, the urine bag, instead of coming out in between a woman's legs, the tube was in my back.
Oh my gosh.
Because I had to drain all that blood and urine. That's poison. And I was dying. I had 4 surgeries in 1 month. The VH1 only count that last surgery.
Right.
I was scared. I always felt this way, but until I saw that if you don't live, okay, now you don't have to spend all your money to live. There's ways you can have fun without on a budget, but live. Don't complain all the time. I tell Ernest that stop complaining. He'll wake up and say a cuss word. I said, don't let that be the first thing that you utter out of your mouth. Tell Jesus, thank you, Lord. And sometimes I don't even pray for nothing. Sometimes I tell Jesus, thank you for what you already have done. Lord, I'm so grateful. And, you know, when I saw that he could have took me home, I wrote the song entitled Right Now, and the hook goes, right now, we're gonna have fun. Right now, the night's still young. Right now, we're gonna live it up because you know we only live once. Because when they roll and by me going, you know, doing when I'm not doing a gig out of town, I work for my uncle funeral homes, as I once said. So to see these bodies, we had two funerals this past Saturday. One was at 12 and one was at 4.
Right.
One was an hour and a half away outside Atlanta, and one was like 15 minutes from my house. But yet I had to start from the funeral home. So that was like 25 minutes. I drive 25 minutes just to come back over where I live to the grave site. They had a grave site funeral. But however, that lady was 51 years old. Her nephew brought the COVID in the house and gave it to the auntie and the grandmama. And the auntie drove herself and her mother to the hospital. We buried the auntie Saturday at 12. They took the mother off life support yesterday.
Oh.
So in return, the son killed his aunt and he killed his grandma. They didn't allow him to come to the funeral. That nigga worked for FedEx, girl, and was laid home for one day and went back to work at FedEx. The auntie said she was gonna call and tell him that he got it. I hope she did.
Yeah,
I hope she saved lives. I wouldn't care if he got mad.
More people infected. You can't.
He don't care. He's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, girl.
We trying to get rid of that mess.
Yeah, but some people they don't, you know, and this is killing people and it's killing kids. You know?
Yeah, killing kids.
And you know, Ernest had got it. Somebody brought it in my house, and I had left and went out of town, so I didn't get it. But when I got back, he thought he had sinus infection. And if you didn't know any better, if it was no such thing as COVID, you would have thought he had a summer flu. Yeah. But he had those symptoms as a flu. And you know, I laid next to him every day. I never got it because VH1 was sending nurses for us to film. Yeah. You have to test 2 days before you film.
Yeah.
So we they were testing me when I called and told him that he had it and I had to film. So they were sending nurses like back and forth to my house to swab me. And one time they swabbed me out in the parking lot of VH1 here in Atlanta on Peter Street. I couldn't even go in the building because Ernest had it. Right. So they caught me outside. I drove myself and the nurse came out, swabbed me. Yeah. And yeah, so I never came up positive. Yeah. And you know, I got a lot of vaccines in me. I got the flu vaccine I take every year for the last 30 years. I get it in November of every year. And then I got the COVID-19, 2 shots of the Pfizer. I'm going to go and get the booster. Yes. But I still am very cautious where I go. No matter what. I still do gigs, but what my manager does that she will tell them, rope Momma Dee off. And I'll have the person like I'm traveling with, and they test negative, and we all test before we go out of town. Yeah. And they sit over with me. They're in the hotel room with me. Yeah. Hair and makeup, they come to my hotel room before I go do that gig. Yeah. They wear their masks while they're doing my face, while they're doing my hair. Yeah. I don't sit around a lot of people like my girl Shay has having a yacht party in Miami next month on the 2nd. I can't go because even though the yacht is an open boat, I know how Shay do it. It's gonna be a lot of people on that. And I love her, but I can't be around that. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Love her.
That's my baby.
Yeah,
I'm mama baby.
Man, I reached out to her too. I talked to her in IG. I'm trying to get her to come visit with me. I love her. I think she's so pretty with her freckles. She's so pretty. She's so pretty.
Mm-hmm. I don't live on public opinion. I don't care what people think about me. I know I'm a good person. I know that I got a foxy mouth sometimes. Mm-hmm. I know that I can be very silly, but I have to laugh every day. Yeah. Life is what you make, you know, it's not a crystal star. So, you know, things that make people cry, things that go bump in the night, you got to laugh at some of that stuff. You got to have a sense of humor because life is a trip.
It is.
Yes, it's something else.
It
And you
is.
gotta laugh.
That life is too touchy, it's too short. And I'm like you, when I opened my eyes, thank you, God, I was on the wake up list.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I thank you for being here and I thank you for sharing and being so open. And I knew this was going to be a conversation that was honest and true because you don't bite your tongue about nothing. And so thank you for being here. I love who you've become. You're beautiful. And I just wish you nothing but success. And I know you're going to get your house paid off. And we got you on the prayer list to get that gig that they're offering you. It's going to happen. We're going to keep praying for you. We can't wait to see you grace the cover of Black Link magazine coming up pretty quick. We'll get in touch with you on that. Tell the people where they can find you on social media.
They can find me at the THA as in Apple, Real, REAL, Momma, MOMMADEE. On Twitter and on Instagram. Watching and look out for the music. You're going to be able to get on Apple, all the other channels that Spotify, all that, and it's entitled Right Now.
Right now, you guys.
Momma Dee and Little Scrappy.
You guys go out there and support. We got to support one another so that we can continue to thrive and grow. Go find the real Momma Dee and pull it up and hit the like, share it, whatever you got to do, go stream it. Let's support one another. You guys, we're going to get out of here for now. Momma Dee, it was so good. It was good to talk to you. But because you got something around Christmas, we may put you on the holiday magazine.
Okay. Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
If I'm dressed up like Mrs. Claus.
Oh my goodness.
Like in a sexy way.
Yeah.
With a kick and everything.
Can't wait. So you guys, we're gonna go. In the meantime, remember, respect yourself and respect others. God bless.
God bless.